Howdy, folks. Old Dan with you again. You know, the other day I was, when I was making one of my videos, I mentioned that my friend Derek and I had had some adventures, and I was trying to find, I went back in my archives and tried to find a video of us that I did about us getting into a little trouble with him chunking stuff at cars, and I could not find it. And I would swear that I did that video. I know I did. I know it. But I can't find it. So, chances are you hadn't heard that story. So I'm going to tell you about it. This is the story of me and Derek. And the night that we got chased by the wild man and almost got our behinds handed to us by him. Not to be confused with the crazy man. Anyway, we were coming back from the movie in Longview and coming down Highway 80, headed back east, or west, headed back west. And we were coming along, and I looked over, and Derek had climbed out onto the window edge, and he was throwing chocolate stars out the window at passing cars and trying to hit their windshields and stuff. Now, what a nut. What a nut. I said, boy, get back in this car. You're going to get us shot. It hadn't been that long before, just a few weeks before this, that some kids were throwing biscuit dough out of the back of a pickup and hitting cars in the same manner. And a guy turned around and chased them and with a .357 and shot one of the kids. Said he was firing warning shots, but he shot one of the kids right between the eyes with a .357. And I think he's still in prison. Pretty sure he is. Anyway, so I didn't want any part of that kind of stuff. So I told Derek, get back in the car. Well, about that time, he chunked another chocolate star and hit the windshield on this car that was passing us. And then he jumped back into the car, or he slithered back into the car through the window. Well, the guy that he hit on the windshield took exception to it and turned around on us. He hit his brakes and he whooped around. And here he came after us. Luckily for us, two things. Number one, we were in my Camaro, a 71 Camaro, which was tuned and tweaked and tuned and ready to rock and roll at all times. I kept it that way. And number two, I could drive. I was pretty proficient. And if anybody that ever rode with me would tell you that I could drive that car. I ain't bragging, I'm just telling you how it was, and it came in handy in this story. Well, we took off. And we were flying. And going down the highway there on Highway 80, and there was a turnoff where you could go down what was called Old Highway 80. And so we took that cutoff, and the guy was still behind us. He was a good ways behind us, but we could still see him in our rearview mirror. He was the next car behind us. And I could see his headlights, and he was still coming. And I don't know what his intentions were, but I can assure you they weren't good. He wasn't going to shake our hand and say, good shot on that window, you know. He kept coming. Well, we kept going. I knew that up ahead of us a little bit, there was a road called Whiteley Road. Whiteley Road did a 90-degree T-bone right into the road we were on. And I also knew that if I played my cards just right, held my mouth right, ate my vegetables and said my prayers, I could do a power slide if I was lucky. I mean, it had to be a perfect storm, but I was going to have to shut my lights off and slide that joker and hit that turn just right and take off down that road and elude this guy. Because if he couldn't see where we turned, then, you know, we could get away from him. Because it was dark in that area. It was pretty dark. And I just had to make sure he didn't see the lights. We were good enough distance ahead of him that we would be pretty fairly safe. Well, because this guy, I was scared. I mean, this last, 2 weeks or so before this, and this guy had a .357 shooting them kids. I was a little nervous. So anyway, and this guy was chasing. Anyhow, we got up there, and I hit I turned the lights off. It was a full moon that night, so I turned the lights off, and I slammed on those brakes right quick, and hit that slide, and I, hit that turn. Everything worked just right, and we took off down Watley Road, and I mean, I was jelly rolling. I was jelly rolling when we took off. It was a dangerous thing that we did. Very dangerous, very stupid, But we were kids, teenagers. I think I was 18. He was 17. Anyway, we took off down that road, got a good ways down off of Highway 80 there, and turned up another little road called Person Road, and it was a 90-degree back the other way, or a 45-degree back the other way, and we eased up this hill, and we could tell that we had lost the guy, and we were safe. And we eased on out, went on back down through town a different direction, and got away. And that was the story of how we eluded the guy that was after us. Because I assure you, he was not going to come up and tell us, man, you guys can really drive good. He wasn't going to do all that. This man had bad intentions toward us. Anyway, that was the story of me and Derek getting in trouble because he was throwing the chocolate stars and thought it was funny. Man, that boy got me in more trouble. Old Derek's not doing too good this morning. I got word just a couple of minutes ago before I started this video that he's not doing real good at all. He was doing better last night, but this morning his heart rate dropped down to 29. And folks, if you know anything about that, that ain't good. That ain't good. I'm waiting to hear something from his wife, something more, waiting for her to text me and let me know. If you're praying, folks, pray for old Derek Hunter. That's my boy. I'm not too thrilled with that progress. Anyway, we'll catch you guys later on down the road today sometime. I'm sure I'll be, talking to you some on the live chats, and I'll see some of y'all there. I'll be watching your videos. So, ooh, look at that long video. Man, I'm long-winded. It's 7:35, 7:40 already here on this time. We'll catch y'all later. I gotta get off here. See ya.